festivities at its finest. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan here with my partners Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Tonight, the exciting three-point contest. What a fun time this is going to be. It's fast-paced and action-packed. And so we'll see Rain Man. 5 racks, 30 is a perfect score. Remember that the last ball on each rack, the money ball is worth 2.
And money balls are key. Got to get in that groove early here to knock those money balls down.
Yeah, no question, Clark. You really want to dial it in on that first rack if you can.
The 2-point balls can be the make or break factor in this event. Was hitting the money ball something that you thought about during the course of a round, Steve, or was it just another shot for you?
No, it was critical, Clark, and I always tried to take just a split second longer on those money balls just to make sure I held the follow-through, held my focus on the rim before moving on to the next rack.
He's hit all 3 money balls. Make it 17. Now up to 18. 19 the score. He's 4 for 4 on money balls.
He's getting a roll going now.
And he buries his 5th in a row.
There you go.
Boy, he's really going for it in these last racks.
A massive score of 27 points. What an unbelievable round. Right away you could tell it was going to be special.
Well, the best he looked clearly was during that streak when he made 8 in a row. He really had it going.
So it's Klay Thompson ready to start here.
Well, Klay's dad was an NBA player, Michael Thompson, but more a post player and a center.
Klay, 14 points is his total as the round comes to a close. Well, a very respectable performance from him there, guys.
I thought he had his stroke working pretty well for him. I mean, what do you think about that, Steve?
Yeah, solid shooting. He looked very confident. It never became one of those lights-out rounds that it could have been. But all in all, I think he's got to be pretty happy.
So it'll be Carmelo Anthony here.
You definitely want to...
He gets his tally up to 16 points. Well, a very respectable performance from him there, guys.
There were a few ups and downs, but overall, it turned out to be a fairly decent round.
Yeah, I'd give him kind of a B+ for that one. You hope for more, but he probably lived up to a reasonable expectation for him.
And here we go with Paul George.
You can be sure of this. Whether it's an exhibition or not, the pressure to perform.
His score sits at 18 points for the round. He was really enjoying himself out there that time, guys.
Yeah, Kevin, I'd say it was pretty as a picture or a beautiful postcard. Really wonderful concentration from the first ball all the way to the last one.
Yeah, that's right, Clark. He approached every shot the same. Pace was nice. He never got ahead of himself.
To avoid elimination here, he needs at least 16.
The door's open. He gets all the way up to 21 points. Now that's how you do it. Outstanding focus throughout the round.
Yeah, he had a great rhythm at the end. He hit his last 5 in a row.
And so we'll see James Harden. It can be a big advantage going last. He knows the score he needs to beat in order to qualify. A score of 18 or higher is what he needs. No easy task here. Pressure's on. Misses for the 4th straight time. So he ends up at 17. Ordinarily, that'd be good enough, but there are some great scores, guys, out there today. Rain Man's got to be pretty happy about his performance in the first round. And here we go with Paul George. He's got to improve on his score from the last round if he wants to have a shot to win it.
You know, in the 4 times you played in the 3-point shootout, Steve, you made it through the first round 3 times. Physically, would you start to wear out or wear down a little bit in the later stages?
16 points is his score for the round. That was a nice piece of shooting we saw from him out there.
I thought he had his stroke working pretty well for him. I mean, what do you think about that, Steve?
Yeah, solid shooting. He looked very confident. It never became one of those lights-out rounds that it could have been. But all in all, I think he's got to be pretty happy.
Your memory has to be very short in this format, like less than a second. You have to put every miss right.
He racks up 20 points in the round. Guys, hard to find any fault with that display.
That was very nice. I mean, he didn't let any misses throw him off. Stayed the course, Steve. He avoided any kind of cold streak.
Yeah, and that's the only way to end up with a score like that. You got to keep your momentum going from one rack to the next.
And so we'll see Rain Man. Here we go. This is it. He led all qualifiers. Now, can he emerge victorious in the finals?
And coming off an amazing display in round 1, Steve, do you think there's any pressure to repeat what he did there now? I know that's what the crowd's hoping for, but what about him?
Well, the crowd wants it, but for him, I think it's just a matter of focusing on the task at hand, and that is just taking care of each shot, getting your feet set, getting your balance, and trying to find your groove.
8 more points to secure the win.
2 racks remaining. And now with 16.
5 more points to win.
Make it 17. Now up to 18. Down to the final rack. Got it, and that's all she wrote. That does it, folks.
Yep,
That's the winning score.
then might as well jack up a few more shots just for fun.
A huge score, 26 points. What an unbelievable round. Right away you could tell it was going to be special.
Right from the opening rack, he was on a roll. Got himself immediately into a groove.
And that brings the three-point contest to a close. Coming out on top of the kind of field we had here tonight says so much about our champion this year.
He was one chill customer out there. He really kept his wits about him the entire way through the contest.
And that's the key, Clark. He never got too high, never got too low. Just found his groove and took off from there.
And the